Hello and welcome back to track 2 of PopCulture Reacts trip through Lovebites Clockwork Immortality. And it is time for Pledge of the Saviour.
And quite excitably for me, the video for this one, the video that we were playing, it's got the album cover on it, and I bloody love the album cover. So that'll be
Yes.
featured in a second. Up there, yeah. So,
Yes.
but yes, quality album cover. So interested to get in there, and I guess I'm expecting, fingers crossed, that kind of frenetic, power metal-y kind of pace that we were getting for three quarters of the last one that it was kind of building into to carry on. I'm hoping this one kind of sucks us in the face straight away and
Yeah,
keeps on punching us.
I have the feeling you come out of Addicted at that level of pace.
Yeah.
It would be a very strange move to
Well,
chop it down.
I mean, I guess you could, couldn't you? You could kind of absolutely break it down, but I'm with you. It would seem like a strange choice not to keep up that, as a frenetic pace, that kind of
Just
very exciting pace. So
a
it's what
raging
I'm
1-2
expecting.
starter.
Yeah, to knock us out before we the next 8 or 9 tracks. Right, shall we bang on it? Because I want to see this
Let's
album cover.
get this on.
Right, shift that over to there. Album cover in its full resplendent glory. Let's do this. Well, it did, didn't it?
That gallop, that fucking gallop that goes through the whole of that. Oh my fucking days, that was a beast. Yeah,
See,
um,
to a degree, like apologies to the viewers who make who don't know us as well as we know each other. But it's nice just to be able to go, well, that did, didn't it? And you know exactly what I mean. Like,
oh, that stinks of me. That just absolutely stinks of me. That one, it's massively quick, epic guitar
yeah,
riffs, galloping bit of pace on there, and with the drums and bass and the fills that go in with it as well. And yeah,
so much in the drums as well, isn't there?
yeah,
There's so many variations as the song goes on in what the drums are doing. Like this isn't this isn't simple in any way, shape, or form, is it? This isn't someone kind of going, okay, yeah, um,
here's my
keep the
four
pace.
four four two beat.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, like there might be a small section somewhere in there where we want you to put a bit of variation in. This is, yeah, yeah, this is transitioning all the way through, and yeah, like we said after finishing the previous song, "Addicted," there was almost so much to take in. There was stuff that like kind of went, oh yeah, I'll talk about that as I'm listening to it,
Yeah,
and then by the time we got to talk about it, it's gone because other things had galloped in front of it. And I feel this somewhat the same about this track. I think there's so much in it that there's. I mean, it's 5 minutes 18, give or take, and we often talk about song length. And I think song length is
mm,
sometimes very hard to get. Sometimes they're too short. Sometimes they're too long. Blah 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 blah. Blah. This left me wanting more, but fully satisfied. And
yeah.
I know,
It's
like, kind of we get the fade out, but I'm kind of if by magic, because we know the length of it by seeing the length of it, but if by magic this come back and then I faded back in and did another 6 minutes, I wouldn't have had a flicker of concern. I'd have been yes, like
yeah,
you're kind of on a roll here. You're doing something fantastic, and you know, like we had it after the end of the lyrics. You have quite a period of time there, and I could have stayed with that guitar work for ever. Well, probably not forever, but you know what I mean, like for a very, very, very long
the
time.
the endless solo.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, it's the thing. I know, obviously, in the first album, I did say a lot. Their stuff they do stinks of Maiden, but doing all the best bits of Maiden better.
yeah,
This is that. This if it, in a lesser band's hands, they're extending this to 9 minutes, and it's not going to have that same
yeah.
pace and precision, and it's going to dwindle a little bit in places where they've just like, no, that bit's done. In next, but go. And the transition in there just works so well. And as I said, with the drum fills and stuff, that just fill everything out and just sort of move each section along so well.
I mean, you're a lot more experienced in the general genres of music that we're playing in here, aren't you?
Yeah,
But for me, I hear the solos, and it is hard not to get fixated on the solos because for me they are so good. They okay, talk about length again. They deliver. They seem to find that perfect sweet spot of doing what they're doing, and that's before I even talk about the amazing talent it takes to kind of craft that. But they're there for like the right amount of time, and they never feel overinflated. They never feel like they're there for no reason. They never feel like they're there to. And I'm going to use the term show off, but you know, like to kind of, I don't
yeah.
know,
They're
just
not
it
guitar
doesn't feel like
wankery
look
for
at
the
me.
sake of
Yeah,
guitar wankery.
perfect statement. Yeah, they're not guitar wankery. They are they're top class, and they feel right. They feel like they
Mm.
should be in the song, and they're better off for it. I don't want to. We've got a lot of tracks to go on this album. And I already went how I thought the last track was possibly my favourite song I've heard by him so far. One thing I did want to pick up is, and I say it's for about the first sort of 2.5 minutes. The vocals are the strongest I've heard from them. Like
Mm.
Asami, I don't know what it is, and that's not to criticise any of the other vocal performances, but that first half of this song, I thought the vocal performance was at a different level to what I've heard before. I thought it was amazing, if I'm honest.
Yeah, this one's definitely all of the parts working perfectly together, and everyone has brought their A game on this one.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and 2 tracks in, like thinking there's a lot of A game going on. So they're setting us up for a fall, Chris. They're setting us up for a fall.
well, we thought that on the first album,
We
and
did, we did, we did. And like the commenters, whenever we've done these, constantly telling us like lots of shouts for kind of greatest band ever, best metal band out there, things like that. And when you're a fan of something, it's very hard not to be overwhelmingly positive about it because you're a fan about it anyway. But I do genuinely feel like when people comment on Love Bites that they really do love them, and
mm,
yeah, I can see why. I really can. Like this, they're more and more and more making a believer out of me that they've got something special about them.
yes. So let us know down there in the comments your thoughts of this one. As we said last week, the last show even, the album as a whole, because we by the time this is released, we would have recorded it all.
Yeah, yeah.
But we will go back and obviously be all over the comments. Um,
Yeah, so if you say the album goes off a cliff after this, our replies to this video will probably be, yeah, we know.
as always, do the YouTubey things like subscribe and ring bells. And until next time, and rising. Goodbye.